Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be discussing three hospitals: Rainbow Children's Medicare, Narayana Hrudayalaya, and GPT Healthcare. Okay, so the first let's start with Rainbow Children's Medicare. So of course, right off the bat, the result hasn't improved compared to last quarter. You will see that the top line has grown hardly by 9%. Now the management बोल रहा है कि this anyways, first of all Q3 is weak, seasonal impact है, and on top of that we've seen lack of rainfall. जो Q2 में भी नहीं था, we saw that lack of rainfall. It even owing to that also, right? Even in Q3 it is continued, and then on top of that उनका जो main operations का जगह होता है, right, which is Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad. So these three areas that are there, that was affected due to cyclone, right? Cyclone, it's Mishuang. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So because of this, they lost around 10 to 15 days in operation, right? And it impacted their major facilities such as Chennai, Vijayawada, and Visakhapatnam. So इसलिए आप देख रहे हो कि like revenue जो है, it has hardly grown by 9.6% on a year-on-year basis. पर PAT that is there, that has grown by around 7.6%. अगर आप hospital का KPIs देखते हो, occupancy जो है, even that has come down by 9%, and RPOP जो है, that has been up by 14%. अगर आप ALOS देखते हो, it is pretty stable. Now, one of the reason why, in spite of occupancy being down, उनका RPOP or ALOS, right, ALOS is coming down and RPOP is being higher, is because they have another segment of revenue, right, coming from maternity care and delivery of children. From here, what happens is it is a high income, it is a premium care that that they provide here, right? And वहाँ पे RPOP is higher generally, but since like once a woman gives birth, the number of stays you're staying in hospital after that is usually between 3 to 7 days. That is why you're seeing that ALOS is coming down and RPOP is up. And also the another thing is like right now if you look at Rainbow, unka payer mix jo hai, it is around 50% cash, 50% insurance. So that payer mix is also getting better. Even that has added to the RPOP. And last time bhi unhone bola tha ki like RPOP bhi inko like insurance ka jo hai, that they've got a hike from insurance people around 3 to 5%. So even all of this hike in insurance, better payer mix, and the delivery care that is there, all of this has added on to the increase in RPOP. That is why you will see mature hospital mein jo hai unka RPOP has increased by 14%, although the occupancy is coming down by 9%. Of course, unka agar aap capex ke bare mein baat karte ho, capex is always it is right on track. Unka agar Gurgaon mein dekhte ho ya other parts, whether it is in Coimbatore and other regions, all capex is going really well on track. There is no problem with that. But the problem comes here is we are seeing a second quarter of consistent like fall in pace of growth that we've seen, right? Even last quarter it was a single digit growth. Again we are seeing a single digit growth. And what also they mentioned, the management mentioned in the in the con call, was it is going to be it is going to be a healthy year. What they mean by healthy year is that not a lot of people are going to fall sick. You're not going to see any kind of viruses or disease coming in. As a result, they might not be able to clock in that revenue that they would do earlier. So and also that Q4 is not that great as that of Q2. So going forward also, hopefully it would be in this range only. Yeah, again it's hopeful, it's good to be hopeful that they will come back, but it is not a it is not a great set of numbers. That is what you can tell. Now talking about Narayana Hrudayalaya, if you look at Narayana Hrudayalaya also, we've seen this company is something that can do between 15 to 20% growth engine, and it is one of the few companies, like few large cap hospitals, that is capable of growing its sales at this pace at least. And you're seeing here also like is quarter May the top line grew hardly by 7%. Now there are three reasons for this top line to grow only by single digit. One is of course the seasonal impact that is there always. Q3 is way leaner compared to Q2, right? Because festivals say so, people delay a lot of getting a lot of surgeries done, right? It usually gets pushed to Q4. That is number one reason. Okay, the second thing is they in the northern part they have three hospitals. एक है Gurugram में, एक है Jaipur में, and the other one is in, I believe, in somewhere in Dharamshala, I think. Yeah, in Dharamshala they have another hospital. So three hospitals. Out of that, Gurugram ka hospital jo hai, it has not been that great. It has been a bit of a weak quarter over there. But the major impact of this is quarter ka because of, like I told you, the top line is hardly 7%. The major impact has come from Jaipur ka hospital. So in Jaipur ka hospital, what has happened? The state government has put this RGHS, right? Every government will put up this thing ki like aapko itna beds reserve karna padega, or in the treatment you have to give some concession and everything. So because because of this, because of this RGHS unka jo Jaipur mein hai, because of the new law that has been mandated, or the new circular that has been put up by the government, it has been causing a lot of issue for the hospital. And it is not just for particularly for Narayana. Any hospital that is operating in Jaipur and the other regions of Rajasthan, they have been facing this issue. And with what money they're making out of this rule, it's not enough to sustain the operations over there. It's not working out well for them. And as a result, even Narayana Hrudayalaya, along with a lot of other association of hospitals, they are in talks with the government, and probably this should be all right in next quarter, probably in 3 to 5 months, it should be good. That is what the management has told. Now, agar aap dekhte ho the future growth of Narayana Hrudayalaya, it is coming from the capex that they're doing. They're doing 3 capex. One is in Cayman Island. They're doing a brownfield capex over there. They're putting up an existing near the existing facility only. They're putting up another hospital, that which will be commenced in Q1 of FY25. Then they have, then even in Bangalore and Calcutta also they're doing a capex. In Bangalore they already have a land, and there they want to build a hospital. And in Calcutta also, they have acquired they're acquiring a land. I think they have acquired a land, and there also they want to build a hospital. So both of this hospital, Bangalore and Calcutta hospital, will be done in a span of 2 to 3 years, and this will again add on, like the further revenue will come from here. So this, other than that, if you look their occupancy, the ARPOB and all is great. There is nothing complete. Only the sale, the pace of growth that is there. The sales growth has come down. And like I told you, the Gurugram ka issue hai, Jaipur ka issue hai, which this quarter, seasonally lean quarter, all of this. But for Narayana Hrudayalaya to go back to its glory days of, like 29-30%, this two capex that is there happening in India, that is unka, Bangalore and Calcutta ka capex, and Cayman Island ka jo hai, because in Cayman Island, the ARPOB is way higher because you're counting it in terms of dollars. So all of these three are very, very essential. And the company has also been telling ki, like, unka jo payer mix hai, they want to get that the government payer mix that is there consistently down, because going forward it is an election year. Uske wajah se, they might not get the money back, and working capital can get stressed, the cash flow can get stressed. So this is also one of the things they're focusing on. Other than the capex part and this issue, there is nothing much happening over here in this business. And the last thing, the biggest highlight here in the Narayana Hrudayalaya is they're entering into health insurance segment. So Narayana Hrudayalaya will have its own, like, hospital ka hi ek health insurance hoga, right? And they've already got the permission also. They've got the license to start from IRDAI. And here they're going to start with the pilot phase starting from this quarter. That is in Q4 they will start. It will start in from, it will commence in full swing, I think, in Q4 of this year. But pilot phase they will start only in Mysore and Bangalore, in the regions of Karnataka. Then probably they'll go to Calcutta and other regions where their hospitals are there in, right? So this is what they're planning to do. And going forward, they want to expand it into pan India. That is it. That is the thing. Now, one of the ways that their insurance is different compared to the insurance that is there, insurance companies that are there here, is one, they want to provide a comprehensive care, right? You'll see a lot of times that these insurance that are there, it is going to get rejected because you do not disclose a pre-existing disease or whatsoever that is there. So this is something that Narayana Hrudayalaya is not going to do. And they also want to provide both primary, secondary, and tertiary care. Any kind of care you can avail through your insurance. Basically, like, if you come to their hospital and if you have an insurance, then they're trying to be like, just hand it over to us, we will be your healthcare provider. That is what they're trying to do. It is right now, like I told you, it is still in the pilot phase. We'll have to see, like, how it goes on and how it adds on to the revenue. But yeah, of course, if insurance is not an easy space to crack, you will always see, like, any insurance company that is there in India, health insurance, it is the least profitable one, and it also takes around 6 to 10 years for any of these companies to be profitable. So it will be very interesting to see how these people go about it, because one thing is, Narayana Hrudayalaya is always known to provide the best comprehensive treatment at a very affordable rate, right? Like, if you go for their even the heart operations and everything, you will see, like, they are the ones in the country, I think, do more than 60% of the heart operations, and they do it at a very minimal rate of like 90,000 rupees to 1 lakh. So I do not see, like, why, I know a lot of people could be like, oh, these are just claims that they're doing with insurance, like, that they will never reject a claim and, other XYZ things. But they're known for being able to provide that kind of a treatment, by providing an affordable treatment, not cheating on the patients and everything. That is what Devi Shetty, Dr. Devi Shetty is known for also, right? So hopefully, again, this entire insurance cutting is, successful for them, and we'll have to just wait and watch for this over, like, what is going to happen, when will it be profitable and other things. So that's that about Narayana Hrudayalaya. The most interesting company that we have here is, there is a small hospital that is there, that has come recently. IPO aaya hai, I think a few months back, or like, few days back we got this IPO. So it is a small hospital, market cap is around 1,200 crores. Okay, so the name of the hospital is GPT Healthcare, and it is a hospital based out of Calcutta. Now, this hospital is similar to the likes of Yatharth, Global Health, yeah, Global Medicare, and the other one is Jupiter Lifeline Hospitals. So these three hospitals, right, they are regional hospitals. Like agar aap Yatharth ka dekhte ho, Delhi NCR mein, it is very strong. It is concentrated over there. Jupiter agar aap dekhte ho, it is in the likes of Maharashtra and Indore. And Global Health ka is also in the ranges of central and northern part of India, right? So very regional hospital. Similarly, GPT Healthcare is also a regional hospital. It is based out of Calcutta. It was incorporated in the year 2000 or so. So they first started at Salt Lake, which is one of the premium like hubs you can talk in Calcutta. So they started from there in the year of 2000, and after that they went on to add like a few hospitals. So right now they have around 4 hospitals, one in Salt Lake, one in Dum Dum in Calcutta, and one in Howrah. So all 3 hospitals are in Calcutta: Salt Lake, Dum Dum, and Howrah. And the 4th hospital that is there, it is in Agartala in Tripura. So totally 4 hospitals, 3 in Calcutta and 1 in Tripura. Okay. And if you look, they have 561 beds. If you take all the 4 hospitals, it combined, it is 561 beds. So you can tell, it is a very chotu hospital, not a full scale hospital like, Fortis ho gaya ya other hospitals that are there, right? And if you look at their inpatient to outpatient mix also, inpatient jo hai contributes around 80% to the revenue, and outpatient jo is 20%. Agar aap super speciality ka bhi baat karte ho, it is around 80 to 20, 80% comes from super speciality, and the rest 20% jo hai, 20 to 25% you can talk, is about this, the lifestyle diseases such as आपका diabetes हो गया, and the other diseases. So this is this is more or less what GPT Healthcare does. Now अगर आप उनका recently IPO आया ना, they did an IPO 525 crores. Okay, so अगर आप उनका hospital का KPIs देखते हो, I always feel scared that I'm talking so much and this is not getting recorded. But anyways, hospital का अगर आप KPIs देखते हो, right? Hospital KPIs, first अगर आप occupancy देखते हो, very good, 59% का है, occupancy around 60%, ठीक है? ARPOB is around 32,507. So you understand कि like this is more like an affordable treatment, like affordable care. That is where they lie on, right? Catering to the low to mid segment of the people. Then ALOS is also very strong at 3.9. So it is not that hospitals that is having a huge ALOS also. So good metrics that are there. Okay. Now, agar aap unka, if you talk about what is the expansion plans, right? What has been the expansion plans? There are 2 kinds of expansion plans. One, one brownfield or ek hota hai greenfield. Brownfield mein the existing hospitals that are there, they have like around 4 hospitals that I told you, right? Salt Lake, Dum Dum, Agartala, and Howrah. In few of these hospitals, they want to increase the bed capacity, and they're ramping up with another 2 new hospitals also, which is their greenfield hospital. So pehla wala brownfield mein, in Howrah and Agartala, that is there, one, the current occupancy agar aap dekhte ho, since it is a fairly new hospital, the occupancy is around 50%. So they want to ramp it up to 75%. Okay, that is one they're doing. The second thing is they want to open a new cancer department also over here, like radiation oncology, which will be commissioned by Q1FY25. So this is one of the expansion plans that they're doing. Very small, like change in operations, you could tell, change in like product mix yahan pe ho raha hai in these 2, Howrah and Agartala. Agar aap greenfield ka agar aap baat karte ho, there are 2 things. One jo hai in Raipur. In Raipur, they're coming up with a new hospital, a 140 bedded hospital hai, which will be commissioned by Q4 of FY25, which is next year mein wo commission ho raha hai. Then there is another hospital which they're coming up in Ranchi, Jharkhand. That is also around 140 to 150 ka bed, which will be commissioned in FY27, right? So 2 to 3 years you can tell for both of the hospital combined to like take place, 2 to 3 years total capex time to add additional 300 beds, approximately 300 beds, 290 to 300 beds. Okay. And here one thing about these 2 hospitals is both of the hospitals that they are doing, right? It is an asset light model, which means what? Jo bhi land hai, jo bhi building ka construction work hai, the builder will take care of it, and these people will pay the rent or the lease, and all the equipment that goes into the manpower that goes into like, opening up the doctors and everything will be their responsibility. And they have this agreement with this builder and the whoever is building the building, the builder year of course, like 20-year ka lease ka ek term hai, and after that if they want they can renew it. So it is going to be a asset light construction. Unka jo Raipur ka hospital hai, which I told you will get constructed in Q4 of FY25, which is next year. Here it is going to cost them around 55 crores, okay, and out of which like 10 crores will be through debt, and others whatever they've raised through IPO money, internal cash hai jo hai, they'll take care of it, because they've raised around 525 crores like I told you in IPO. And in that 525 crores, say the oh god, in that 525 crores, most of the cash will go for repayment of loan, and the other will go into expansion plans. So this is more or less what GPT healthcare does. Now in terms, if you go and talk about revenue, the revenue growth rate, if you talk, it has not been impressive, right? Because top line has hardly grown by 4%, and jo PAT has grown by 37%. इनका कहना ये है कि like because it is a Q3 is a festive season, Durga Puja ho raha hai, Navratri ho raha hai. So a lot of these super specialty ka surgeries that are there, that is getting delayed into Q4. That is why the growth rate has been hardly 4%. But still, I would say it is quite a bit disappointing relatively if you check for other regional hospitals compared to Jupiter ho gaya, Global ho gaya, ya Yatharth ho gaya. In spite of this Q3 being seasonal, they've clocked a really good growth rate compared to compared to this GPT healthcare that is there. Agar आप future prospect का भी बात करते हो, one is of course you're doing the capex, and in terms of like management has told we are guiding for a 15 to 18% ka growth, which I believe at this I think at this valuation at least there are better opportunities for that kind of growth rate, 15 to 18%, at least in the hospital space compared to this, right? It is an interesting company. Of course, we'll have to just wait and watch how it goes. Unka, let me just show you one thing is I'll just show you a P2P. I'll just share my screen so it would make more sense. Right. Yeah, I just made this in Excel, so I hope this makes sense. So like I told you, you can see these are the hospitals that are there. I've taken the regional hospitals. All of them are fairly new hospitals that has come into IPO, right? It has either come in the last 6 to 9 months, or max to max a year, right? And you will see everybody's, that is the date of incorporation. Matlab, when have these people started operation, right? That is one thing. You'll see here, GPT Healthcare is the oldest hospital out of every, compared to everybody, right? Because it started in 2007, and the recent one has been Yatharth, which started in 2010. अगर आप सबका देखते हो, one thing you will see is like in terms of bed, Yatharth and Global Health has most number of bed while having incorporated at a very recent times. Whereas GPT jo hai, it has been there since 2000. I mean, since the year 2000, but the beds are hardly 561. Can you see a Yatharth and Global Health, though which has started during the same time? You will see the bed capacity is around 1,405 and 2,725, right? You will see here this is as of Q3FY24 जो beds है. Now अगर आप expansions का बात करते, Yatharth plans to expand its bed capacity by almost twice. जो 1,400 है, they want to double the bed capacity in the next 2 to 3 years. And you will also see they have acquired Asian Fidelis Hospital because of their expansion plan, right? So here it is you will see out of all the four, Yatharth has the highest pace of expansion. Capex जो कर रहा है, that is highest in Yatharth compared to other hospital. Global Health जो है, उनका अभी 2,725 है, and they want to take it up to 4,000 beds. So अगर आप expansion rate हो, the number of beds will get 46% का increase है, and they want to do it in the range of 2 to 3 years maximum. Again, that is there. Similarly with Jupiter also 961 say they want to take it up to 2,500. Almost bed capacity is increasing at 1.6x with 5%. It will take them 5 years. सिर्फ GPT का अगर आप देखते हो, they are going to increase it hardly by 48%. They will hardly add 300 beds, and it will take them 3 years. And one more thing you will see is out of all the three, Yatharth का अगर आप growth rate देखते हो is around 22%, Global Health का is around 20%, and Jupiter Lifeline is around 16 to 17%. So all of these three hospitals जो है, in spite of Q3 being a lean season, you're seeing one thing is like everybody is delivering on its promises. जो भी IPO time में कहा था, they're doing it. They're doing the expansion plan, capex भी कर रहे, ढंग का capex कर रहे. At the same time, they're still a growing company. Good 20% का growth rate आपको मिल रहा है. Whereas whereas GPT में capex तो हो रहा है, but the growth rate isn't that much. Growth rate is what, hardly is around 3.4%. We'll have to wait and watch कि like अगर ये 15 to 18% करता है या नहीं, right? So if that is the case, then you could like equate both global health and Jupiter and GPT in the same category, right? अगर आप occupancy का देखते हो, in terms almost similar types of occupancy है. One thing is also disappointing is in terms of ARPOB here. It clearly shows you why I'm telling you. अगर आप यथार्थ का देखते हो, यथार्थ का ARPOB जो है, the reason why यथार्थ का ARPOB is still at 29,000, 30,000 in that range is because यथार्थ gets 35% from 35% from क्या बोलते हैं government payer mix. You will see your global health has higher ARPOB क्योंकि उनका 60% आता है cash से. Similarly with Jupiter Lifeline also it has around 50% coming from cash, right? Here you will see GPT has majority coming from cash. Yet you will see and उनका जो government payer mix is there, it is very very less. Yet you will see कि like उनका जो ARPOB is there, that is hardly 32,507, right? So this also goes to show you कि like this is a very small hospital, probably like a regional hospital that is there, that does not have a good pricing power going forward in Calcutta. If it were a great hospital, right, then they could be charging, because you have majority coming from your cash business. The payer mix is cash and insurance. Then your ARPOB should be in the range of 50 to 60,000, right? Because that is what you're seeing with Jupiter and Global Health, right? And I understand could be one is regional, but also it should be a bit more in terms of at least Yatharth that is getting at 35% ka government payer mix. So the fact that ARPOB is lower again goes to show you inka like utna pricing power nahi hai, and probably since you're going to give you this affordable treatment, that is why that is how they're playing the game in Calcutta. Because in Calcutta also, if you look, there are like hospitals such as Fortis and AMRI, Medica, right? These are the few hospitals, like well-known hospitals that are there. So I would say, like, who knows? Like, again, like I told you, pricing power. They're trying to play in the whole pricing ka game, and that is where it is costing them heavy. But also it goes to show you, right? Like 20 saal mein operation tha, like since 2000 it has been in operation, and until now it has hardly been 561 beds compared to the other Yatharth ho gaya, Global Health ho gaya. The number of beds that are there is more. So relatively, if you check right now, of course, अगर आप P2P करके देखते हो in terms of bed capacity जो है, bed addition जो है, in terms of occupancy, ARPOB हो गया, even in terms of numbers, उनका growth rate, profitability देखते हो, it does not stand a chance against the likes of Yatharth and Global Health, right? Yatharth and Global Health, followed by Jupiter, followed by GPT Healthcare. That is the way I would put, like, best to worst. I mean, not worst, sorry, that's not the right word. Best to least, like Yatharth Global Health 1, and then Jupiter 2nd, and 3rd is GPT Healthcare. So that is the way I would literally put it. And but we'll have to just wait and watch, because it's a fairly new company, like I told you. Sirf ek quarter ho gaya, like this is the first quarter they have declared the result. So we'll have to wait and watch. And also Q3 was a lean quarter. We'll have to wait and watch, like how they continue to do in Q4 and followed by the rest of the years, right? And that's that about GPT Healthcare and Rainbow and Narayana Hrudayalaya. And I'll see you in another video next time. Bye.